Welcome to today's 5-minute Bible study in the book of 1 Timothy. Today we're looking at 1 Timothy chapter 6, verses 20 and 21. These are the last two verses of the book of 1 Timothy, Paul's final words as he concludes his first letter to the young man Timothy. That's what he says. Timothy, guard what has been entrusted to your care. Turn away from godless chatter and the opposing ideas of what is falsely called knowledge, which some have professed, and in so doing have departed from the faith. Grace be with you all. Now we've seen throughout Timothy that the underlying theme of this letter is to stand against false teachers. And because that is the underlying theme of the letter, Paul returns to it in the last couple of verses. Timothy, guard what has been entrusted to you. Now, what has been entrusted to Timothy? The gospel, the good news of Jesus, the faith once delivered to the saints, has been placed in the care of Timothy as he oversees the congregation in Ephesus. Guard it well, because there are those who engage in godless chatter and ideas that are falsely called knowledge. These are the false teachers. So you must guard the truth against those who promote false knowledge, false teaching, misinformation about the truth of Jesus. Notice Paul says, now some profess this. There are false teachers indeed. They profess this, and yet they have departed from the faith. You know, in the church, when we encounter those who are teaching false doctrine, who are teaching that which does not line up with what the Bible teaches, that is not in accord with the core doctrines of the Christian faith, that is not in line with the faith once delivered and believed by the church for 2,000 years. When we encounter those who teach that false knowledge, we got to understand they are departing from the faith. They have abandoned the Christian faith. They have abandoned the way of following Jesus, and they're trying to induce others to do the same. This is why Paul tells Timothy to stand against them. Don't have anything to do with that, and guard what has been entrusted to you. So Timothy has this charge. He is to hold to the truth. He is to know the truth. He is to teach the truth. He is to guard the truth against those who have abandoned the Christian faith and are now attempting to get others to do so as well. And then Paul wraps it all up by saying, grace be with you all. You know, it's all by grace. It's the grace of God by which we are saved. It is the grace of God that sustains us. It is the grace of God that enables us to continue to follow Jesus. And it is the grace of God that will hold us true to the Christian faith and allow us to guard that which has been entrusted to us. So it's appropriate that Paul ends the letter with a word of grace. Grace be with you all. And so we wrap up the letter of 1 Timothy. Wonderful little letter. Now, we're going to have one more session on 1 Timothy. Tomorrow I'm going to sort of summarize all that we've seen these last several weeks together and kind of put a little summary statement and just a few concluding comments. But it has been a wonderful book. So I hope you join us tomorrow for the last session in our 5-minute Bible study of the book of 1 Timothy. We'll summarize the book and kind of look at the whole, and then just a few concluding remarks on this wonderful little book of 1 Timothy. So join us tomorrow for our concluding 5-minute Bible study on this book of 1 Timothy.